What up, though? Your boy Meech, aka the Sillage Saint. Hope everyone's doing well. Time for another fragrance video, and today we are going to talk about 10 of the best fragrances that you can wear to the office. Personally, I work from home 90% of the year, which I definitely deem a blessing. But when I do go to the office, these are some fragrances that I consider wearing. Now, I would not say this is a top 10. I just grabbed 10 that I saw from my collection. Some of these will be amongst my favorites, but I think all 10 of these are great options for the office. So let's talk about them right now. 10 great office fragrances. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, we got to get things popping with an OG. Got to pay homage to one of the GOATs. This is probably a goated office centric fragrance. You guys probably know what I'm talking about from the house of Prada. This is Prada L'Homme. Now, this fragrance, I really just got a full bottle of this in the fall. I had a decant forever, but I got a 50% off deal. Macy's had a sale where these were like 50 bucks. I guess they were trying to offload these, but this is good stuff, man. Clean, fresh, has this soft, like laundry type feel to it. You get iris, you get some black pepper, you get neroli, you get lavender. This is just such a clean scent, and in my opinion, one of those quintessential office fragrances. I feel like the way the one EDP by Dolce and Gabbana is kind of like a date night fragrance that every collector should have. I feel like Prada L'Homme for the office is a fragrance that every collector should have. I think it's great. I still wear it. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance, and it is definitely great for the office. Prada L'Homme. All right, this next fragrance is probably going to be geared more towards the more mature man, for the unks, for the OGs. I've been talking about this fragrance over the last couple of months here and there on a variety of lists, but this is a great fragrance for the office from the house of Lalique. We have Linsumi. I almost said from the house of Linsumi we have Lalique, which I have definitely done before. But this is Linsumi by Lalique. This is a very affordable, good quality barbershop fougere scent. It's aromatic, it's spicy, it's woody. You get a boozy rum accord in the fragrance as well. Now, admittedly, I don't wear this fragrance a lot. I generally only wear it when I go to the office. I've been told that I smell like a pastor when I wear this fragrance. So I definitely don't wear this in any other settings but work. But I like it. Listen, I like it. I'm going to wear it more. I should wear it more because the quality on this is great. I got this 50 ml for like $25. I think 100 ml is like $35. For the longest time, they didn't even have 100 mls, but now you can find those on discounters. This is a really good fragrance, man. Like I said, it's clean, but it's woody, spicy, and aromatic. Good stuff for the office. Maybe if you want to be taken more seriously, and again, for more of a mature man, this is Linsumi by Lalique. All right, next up we have a blue fragrance that was released just last year in 2024. I think it's really good. I just have a little 30 ml of it because that'll go a long way for me. But from the house of Mont Blanc, we have Mont Blanc Legend Blue. I really like this fragrance. It definitely ties back into that original Legend EDP DNA, or Abercrombie and Fitch Fierce, which this gets compared to a lot, or which Legend gets compared to a lot, or PDM's Percival. They all kind of have a very familiar DNA. You get a little bit of that here. You do get kind of a blue fragrance, kind of a shower jelly type of feel, but you also get some green aspects. There's a mint accord that really, really stands out in this fragrance. I get somewhere in the 4 to 6 hour range with this fragrance. It is very synthetic, so I may be going nose blind to it, but I love the way it smells. Very versatile, easy to wear, and it would definitely be great for the office. Again, this is Mont Blanc Legend Blue. All right, next up, we're going to go to a fragrance that I deem one of the most underrated fragrances in my collection. Sneaky compliment getter. Unfortunately, I think the fragrance is discontinued, but no doubt it is a great office scent from the house of Zegna. This is Zegna Intenso. So this fragrance, think about Prada L'Homme and Armani Code getting married and having a little fragrance baby. That's what Zegna Intenso is. It's a bit citric at the top. I think there's like a mandarin accord, But for the most part, you know, it's woody, it's aromatic. There's an iris note in here that is very prominent. So it has a bit of a powdery type of feel as well. Literally, as I stated, it is a merging of like Prada L'Homme and Armani Code. Really good stuff. Big time compliment getter. It's very inoffensive. It almost has this fresh linen, fresh laundry type of vibe to it. You could definitely rock this to the office and it would, again, not bother anybody. It's a great fragrance, very, very safe in my opinion. This is Zegna Intenso. All right, next up we have one of those kings of versatility in my collection, which means no doubt it would be appropriate for the office from the house of Dior. This is Dior Homme 2020. This is one of my favorite fragrances in terms of just anytime, any place, any occasion. It just works. It's essentially a woody aromatic scent. You know, that cedar wood definitely is a prominent player. I think there's some elemi in here, pink pepper as well. This fragrance is just so versatile, clean and woody, masculine type of fragrance. Very, very versatile. If you want something with more of a citric twist, you could also go with Dior Homme Sport. That definitely will work for the office as well. I've actually worn that to the office as well as this fragrance. But this is probably my favorite of the two. I kind of like, both of them are masculine, but I kind of like kind of the woody aromatic feel that this has without the citruses that Dior Homme Sport offer. But they're both great, but this one is the one in the video and the one I would recommend for the office, Dior Homme 2020. All right, so I talked about how Zegna Intenso is kind of a marriage or a love child of Prada L'Homme and Armani Code. Let's talk about an Armani Code fragrance, specifically Armani Code Parfum. This is another fragrance that I think maybe not as versatile as Dior Homme 2020 because I feel like I can wear that one all year round. But Armani Code Parfum is definitely a fragrance I would say fall, winter, spring. You could definitely rock. You probably could get away with it in the summer as well, especially in an office. That's a climate controlled environment typically. So if it's hot, there's going to be air conditioning on, hopefully, and things of that nature. But this is, you know, woody, aromatic, a bit citric. There's an iris note that is definitely very prominent here. This fragrance has a bit of a powderiness to it as well. This is a bit synthetic, so I try to avoid the olfactory area when I wear this because it becomes a bit headache inducing for me. So, but even with that, I do enjoy this fragrance, and it is definitely, in my opinion, an office safe scent. Again, this is Armani Code Parfum. All right, next up is one of the more unique takes on a blue fragrance. It is a fantastic option for work, in my opinion, or for the office. From the house of Narciso Rodriguez, we have For Him Bleu Noir Eau de Parfum. Now, the parfum version of this fragrance, y'all know if you've been on my channel, my favorite iris fragrance in my entire collection. I've actually worn that to work before, but I would say this one probably more of the safer office option. It definitely has a luxurious, soapy type of smell, in my opinion. Pretty much a woody, musky fragrance. I think there's like ebony or mahogany or both in the fragrance. I don't remember the note breakdown off the top of my head. I know there's musk in here, but it's definitely a musk forward fragrance with a woody element, and it definitely comes off smelling like, in my opinion, like a luxurious soap. This is very versatile, easy to wear fragrance for the office. I think this is a great option. Again, this is For Him Bleu Noir Eau de Parfum by Narciso Rodriguez. All right, next up is a fragrance that quite frankly has taken my fragrance collection by storm. I would officially classify it as a king of versatility in my collection. From the house of Essential Parfums, we have Bois Imperial. I've recently worn this one to the office. I was in the office pretty much like the entire month of April, and this was definitely in the rotation. Woody, aromatic, spicy. You get that mineralic or salty type of Ganymede-esque type of feel with this fragrance. This fragrance just, in my opinion, does everything. It lasts through the entire workday and then some. Just a versatile, clean, masculine scent that I think is fantastic. Fantastic. Can't even talk. This has been one of the best grabs that I've added to my collection over the course of the last, I think I got this around November of last year. So the last, maybe 8 months or so. This is absolutely a banger, man, and great for the office, in my opinion. Bois Imperial by Essential Parfums. All right, next up is a fragrance that I smelled it last year. I was in Chicago, and Chicago has this really huge Sephora downtown. I was there just like smelling everything. And then I came back home a few months later, smelled it again, and I was like, you know what? When I get the opportunity, I'm going to add this fragrance to my collection. I did, and I really like this fragrance. It's another 2024 release from the house of Rabanne. This is Invictus Parfum. So this fragrance has that bubblegum sweetness to tie it into the original kind of Invictus DNA. But this is definitely more, I would say, more of a grown up Invictus. It's definitely a bit more aromatic. It's herbal. There's a black soap note in the fragrance that gives you this like soapy feel. This is a really nice fragrance. It is truly a designer. It's synthetic. I don't care. It smells really, really nice. I enjoy wearing this fragrance. I get about 6 to 7 hours in my wearing experience when I wear the fragrance. I have yet to wear this to the office, but I've worn this versatilely day to day, and I would definitely wear this to work when the opportunity presented itself. I just recently added this fragrance to my collection like February of this year, but it's really, really good stuff, man. This is Invictus Parfum by Rabanne. All right, and last but not least, this is my favorite office fragrance. I said this wasn't ranked, but this one is. This is the number one fragrance for the office in my collection. When I am going into the office, it is almost always a consideration. From the house of Mancera, we have Vetiver Sensual. This is my junk right here. This is my stuff. I love this fragrance, man. You get this beautiful bevy of citruses at the top. You know, it's soapy and fresh. You get a clean vetiver. It's not super dirty or earthy. This is just such a, safe fragrance. I don't recommend blind buying, but if someone were to ever ask me like, hey, what's a fragrance that you think is a safe blind buy, I almost always would consider Vetiver Sensual. It is safe, it's long lasting, and it just works. Pretty much any daytime occasion, I will consider wearing this fragrance. It is absolutely one of my favorites. Top 10 in my collection for sure, and great for the office. Vetiver Sensual by Mancera. Well, there you have it, guys. 10 fragrances from my collection that I think are great options for the office. What are some of your favorite office-centric fragrances in your collection? Feel free to throw those in the comment section. I love to hear about them. Be sure to check out my social media for more. Please like and subscribe wherever you're watching this, whatever social media platform you're watching this on. That would be greatly appreciated. Once again, it's your boy Meech, aka the Sillage Saint. Until next time, take care. Peace.